All right. Oh, it's coming through. Okay. Hi, friends. Uh, my first stream in a long time. Uh, I wanted to. I just saw somebody post about like the power efficiency of the M1, and I've been working on making like a low power server for my bus because my bus runs on solar. I have about 850 watts of solar, and I have 4.5 kilowatt hours of battery, and it's not enough for Bay Area winter. So I'm probably going to need to go up to probably about 12, 13. I'd like to get to 1,500 watts of solar. If I can get four 400-watt panels on my roof for 1,600 watts, that would be great. And like 10 kilowatt hours of battery in like the long run, that would be freaking awesome. But yeah, so I've been playing around with unraid on this boy for a little while. I had another hard drive in here. I have another hard drive over here. I've been kind of copying things around because this boy shat the bed on me. Hi, Emily. Uh, and uh, yeah, so this is the second time I've uh, used Unraid and had a pretty bad experience and like almost lost data. Actually, last time I had a major data loss just because of some weird quirk. I may have been able to recover from the last one, uh, but I don't know. Like this one, I was able to kind of offload all of my data onto another drive, which I've already done. I had a working backup in here in XFS, and I have that one locked away. And then I just duplicated that over to a Mac OS Mac OS APFS drive, which we're going to use in the Mac Mini. What happened was there was a bad sector on my parity drive, but it told me that there was a problem with my drive 1. So every time I tried to rebuild, oh, let's get this light on, sorry. Oh, that's much better. Every time I tried to rebuild, um, it would just shit the bed. It would just like I'd get I'd hit like 100% CPU, and uh, it just would stall completely, and I have to reboot. So like I got off everything that I could. I think I missed 2 media files that did the same thing when I was trying to copy over. So like an episode of Rick and Morty was lost. Okay. But this thing was actually pretty good. I actually have this thing on, I have this thing running at about anywhere from like 16, 20 watts with all the drives on and without any like Dockers running. And then it was bumping up to like 30, 35 watts with like all of my Dockers running and Plex and all of that stuff. So right now, I have taken the past couple days to wipe the Mac Mini that I have. It's an M1 Mac Mini, and we have. Hold on. Oh no. Come on, bud. I set all of this stuff up, and now it's all fucking crazy. God damn it. Okay. We'll get some. We'll get some of this. Let's see if this will reload. Yeah. God damn it. Okay, so the last reading on this was 4 watts. Why is this all fucky right when I go live? I had this all fucking set up, dude. God damn it. So this is the M1 right here. I wiped it. I haven't used this thing in like a year, so it's still running the last version of OS 10 or Mac OS, and I just updated it to the most recent, and um, that's where we are. We have a brand new, clean slate, and I wrote some notes get Obsidian open on my... Yes, bud. I know it's time for me to take my meds, but I'm not going to. I have some notes about what I'm working with and kind of trying to get all of the apps that I had on this boy over to the the Mac Mini here. And then we're going to see this electrical measurement thing is kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, no, they never go perfect live. Of course, and then this electrical measurement thing is a Zigbee plug that I have, like an Akara Zigbee plug that's supposed to give me electrical measurements and like has always been pretty good about staying connected to my Zigbee network. But like I have another one. I have a second one that I use for my shore power, and then I bought, well, which I have had for a while. And then ever since I got this second one, they both have just been angsty and not connecting and doing what I want them to do. But once I get everything in here and like the way that I want it, uh, I'm going to remove the AC to DC power supply and run it directly off of 12 volts. And maybe even re-enclose it into a new enclosure. So I think today is literally just getting software ready. This might not be like the most, um, you know, the most interesting of streams, but I think it'll be interesting to see what I can get done uh, running like, a very specific operating system for a server versus running a general operating system meant for a desktop. Oh yeah, okay, so we got 4 watts back. That's insane to me, and that's with AC losses too. So like that's just idle. And my this thing is a Celeron N5105, and it's idling with at 15 watts. Granted, this doesn't have, the Mac Mini doesn't have any drives connected to it right now. So once we do that, we will see how things go. Um, I'm probably only going to have 2 drives connected to it. Actually, 2 drives and then the NVMe. So we'll see how that goes too. I think I have my USB ports available. So I had 2 viewers. See how chat's going. So yeah, so let's start with, some of these are native too, which is great. So I have, there is a beta of Plex M1 that I would love to try out. In fact, let's get a drive connected and we can see if that electrical measurement goes up or spikes. Super positioned. Ugh. Okay, you're 4 watts. Okay, 7 watts with 1 drive. That's not. There's another. There's another one that's a little bit more detailed. It goes down to a decimal. So I'll pull that up next time. Maybe I'll tweet. I'll post a tweet with what what that one's doing. So how's my audio, everybody? Is everything okay? Can you hear me? I'm actually testing a new microphone that I got. I got a lavalier microphone, and I'm testing how it is. So let me know if you can hear me or not. I didn't want to get like a big like radio presenter microphone. So yeah, let's get this. Is that it? So is there an update on that? Okay, I got 2. Okay. Oh, I have a fan running. I can even actually, there's a thing on here. I forget which button it is. I wonder if that'll help with the background noise. There's like an uh like a noise cancellation mode. Oh, you spiked a little bit, bud. Okay, so we're using you. We're running Safari. I wonder, so did I get 2 versions, Plex Media Server 2? I wonder if it'll just do automatic updates for me. Oof. Okay, we're already pretty much ready. Let me get 1 password for Plex. I think I need to. All right, I also have just set up OTP. It made it loud. The background, it made the background noise louder. Oh no. I haven't really used this microphone much. It might have been from touching it. Who knows? Nope. Safari, you do not get my weird. Oh, it should be on now. There we go. I think it just got fucked up a little bit. Cool. I will not worry about audio. What is taking you so long, bud? Got it. Okay, Moto MIDI. Not yet. We're not doing that one yet. Nope. For now, music. I don't want music. Actually, let's delete these for now. I will add that later. Folders. We can always mess with these. Yes. Back up. Media. Movies. Add. TV shows. Add. Back up. Media. TV. Next. No. Yeah. Whatever. I'll do that later. And we got some activities. It's doing its scan thing. We at 14 watts. Okay, so it's running Safari. It's got one hard drive, a 5 terabyte hard drive. Oh, and it's dropping down a 9. This is this is fucking insane, honestly. Like just on its own, it's pretty. This is gonna be. And then I'm gonna run this headless too, and we'll see. And without the built-in power supply, and we'll see where we are. So yeah, so Snazzy Labs did a custom enclosure for his Mac Mini, and even removed the fan, and it ran fine. I don't know if I want to remove the fan. I'd like to do that, but he made a really nice enclosure and used like he made it to a point like very specifically. He used the cheese grater design on the front and printed it in on a laser uh, resin printer. So I'm probably gonna have to do something different for that. All right. So next action is we need the R's. Uh, radar, sonar. Actually have. Let's do this real quick. Bruh, stop. Okay, so we need to do Prowler, move to applications. Get some rest, Emily. I'm going to be here for a while, and this is probably going to mostly be pretty boring anyways. So I'm just installing apps and seeing how they run and comparing power draw as we move throughout this process. Um, Hopefully tonight I'll see what it looks like when I'm streaming some movies or TV shows to my Google TV. Thanks for stopping in though. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I think I have to do this signing thing with all of them. So that was Prowler. It was Prowler, right? Okay. Radar, getting started. User guide. Let's just do this. Radar M1 Mac OS. Oh yeah, here we go. It's got the same thing. Sonar Mac OS. Download. Allow. Mono runtime. What is mono runtime? Oh, I'd like to get activity monitor up to see what we're doing here. Everything seems a lot slower than I'm used to, but we'll see. How's Plex doing? Okay, so we got a download mono. Okay, so I got my movies. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. Um, Unfortunate that. See what options we have in here. And check Twitter really quick. Okay, authorized devices, Mono Mini. Let's see if we can do hardware encoding. And you shit the bed again. Really would like some reliable sensors here. God damn. Hopefully we can do. Okay, we got that server update. Is it downloading? Or is it ready? Let's libraries. Merge recently added items. Why isn't like this is so silly. Give me TV and don't I don't wanna I'd like to remove that server. Whatever, dude. Update, install. Okay, let's get these other boys running. Okay, so that's good. Activity, cool. We'll get you going in a bit. Yes, I want you to open it, log in. Good. Good. Okay, so we got sonar, radar. We already have LiDAR in apps. Okay, sonar does not need. Okay, so sonar is going to run on Rosetta, unfortunately. Okay. Hey, Google, turn off the starboard fan. It's going to start getting cold here in a bit. I might end up turning on my heater. Okay. Did you run? Are you running? You're already in the applications folder, dude. Okay. Bro, what the fuck did you just do? Oh my god, dude. It just yeeted itself into oblivion. The heck is mono? Download, you fuck. Hello. Ugh. Okay, so that's gonna take some time. A couple minutes. All right, let's do this. Let's do the radar. Do I need to be in the apps folder for terminal? Terminal. Let's try it. Code sign dash dash. Oh, do I need the quotes or not? Let's try this. Probably don't need the quotes. I know I've seen backticks used before, but we'll see. No, no code ticks. Okay. Code sign dash dash force dash dash deep dash s prowler dot app. Okay. The specified item cannot be found in the keychain. Wonder if I gotta run it real quick. Probably bad. Get out of here. Apps. Let's see. Prowler. Okay, let's try terminal again. Well, fuck. Let's try radar. Oh, radar works. Cool. Sick. Let's see if there's another. Let's go to GitHub. Let's see. Prowler. Let's go to Prowler. Where are our. God damn it, dude. Oh, releases. Fucking A. Let's see something here. Because it also said, like, couldn't be blah, blah, blah. So, sitting at 8 watts. It's pretty sick, y'all. 16 gigs of RAM, 256 SSD, which is mostly just application storage. I got a 5 terabyte hard drive connected right now. I have 2 more 5 terabyte hard drives, 2.5 inch 5 terabyte drives. Actually, I have 3 more. At least one of them's not going to be connected. One of these has the old USB micro 3.0 connector, and the rest of them have USB-C connectors. And then I have a 2 terabyte NVMe USB-C. What I love about that is I can just grab, like, that's mainly going to be for my footage, which I can like easily just edit across the network with. It doesn't even really need to be on the SSD. I think seek times would probably be improved by it being on the SSD, but the network itself, even over gigabit, is probably not going to be more than the hard drive speed anyways. So I can easily edit over that. But if I ever want to, I can easily pull it off of this server and plug it into my MacBook Pro or even my iPad and use. I always forget the name of that app. LumaFusion. Okay, so I got Prowler. I think so. Let's see here. One of these is Core, OS10 Core, which I think is just, yeah, oh my god, just like all of the bullshit. And then the other one is an app. Okay, get info. Let's see if you have a version number. Version 0461969. Prowler wasn't was Prowler the issue? Prowler was the issue. No, Sonar kept getting deeded into the trash, so we'll get that in a second. I just got that. That framework. Prowler. What version are you? What? Okay, we're gonna do open. Why? Let's try an old version. Let's go get some just like basic stuff. So I need crash plan. I need Resilio. What else? Let's try Docker. Let's try Docker desktop. What's the best way? Docker. Oh yeah, and I wanted to do what's it called? Glances. glances. I think I'm gonna need to install what version of Homebrew? Wonder if I have to do sudo for sudo. Is sudo a thing on Mac? Okay. Wonder actually. Where's that terminal? No, that's the wrong password. Same fucking thing. Okay. I wonder if just like the straight Mac app will work. Okay, this might be a longer situation than I expected. I'm gonna not do Prowler for now. Actually, let's just go back to Prowler and see if I can get the generic x86 and run it in Core. Run it in Rosetta. That should be fine. I mean, I'm not doing too bad on power right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Sick. Let's move you. Let's replace you. Replace. Open. Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay. Open. Open. Cool. Totally fine. Just run the regular one. Let's see if I have any Intel processes. Yeah, I got radar and Prowler are running Intel right now. So whatever. I'll figure out how to sign those M1 apps and run them again. But they don't seem to be like detrimental. Prowler seems to be pretty intense right now. Okay, so I got that working. I know how to proceed from here. So I have Prowler. Good. I'm gonna break you off. I have. I will. This is interesting. Let's move this over to here. This can close. This can close. I also want to join the Discord too. Okay, Prowler. Cool. Got radar. That over here. Cool. Server. I'll do readr later. What a dev. Okay. Okay, I gotta install mono. I've got this here. Can I move you? Bro, can I put you in like thing? I really have to open a new tab to move this tab over here. You're so fucking silly, Safari. Okay, so that, and then I need to install mono, continue this. GTK, libjpeg, libpng, pixman, SQLite, mono. Okay, it's just like a framework or runtime. Continue. Agree. Install. Fuck. Excellent. Wow, dude, we're still at like 8 watts. Blows my fucking mind. Where's my battery at? I gotta double check my. Am I gonna make it overnight? Maybe. We'll see. I think I'll make it through the night. I'm gonna close you down. Oh, I was gonna do Docker. Okay, so we got Docker M1, Docker desktop. I can always run these in Docker if it makes more sense to do so. Okay, so Docker Resilio DMG. Okay, crash plan. I gotta sign in. Password. Crash plan. Copy. Bro, sign in. Excellent. Big peak. Are you gonna open? Or do I have to? Oh my god. What's the sonar? Excellent. Excellent. All right. What do we got? What do we got left? Docker Resilio. Code 42. Downloads. Mac. Silicone. Yes. Wow. Is Xcode in the Xcode in the App Store? I think I might have saw that I needed Xcode. 10 watts. Yeah, if I can get, so I got the 3 apps that I really wanted to run. Let's see here. Oh, I can do, hold on, Unify Network. Let's see something. Oh my god, are you serious, Unify? Oh, there's a version for Mac. Sick. I was gonna fucking run it in Wine. Right. We also need to, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna need to set a static IP address for this as well. Some preferences. Shut your tits. Networking, network, Ether. 6. I don't want to do this yet. So I got downloads. Shit. How long? 200 megabytes. I wonder Is this M1? Unify Network Application Mac M1. Wait, is this the actual like Unify Network app? No, this need requires the actual time designed for iPad. This is the iPad version. Oh, because Xcode is still fucking downloading too. That thing's huge. Ah, oh my fucking god. JRE Mac M1. This is from years ago. What? Oh yeah, I the Unify network application needs the Java runtime environment, and I'm trying to see if I can get a decent variant on Apple Silicon. Apple Silicon. Uh, might just end up running it in Docker. So, um, thanks for showing up, Baron of Beef Dip. I didn't actually realize there was a, a Unify network application for Mac OS. So this is kind of a rabbit hole that I'm going down right now. So I am currently pretty close to wrapping up here. Most of this stuff is done. I got all my stuff for downloading my Linux ISOs and watching my Linux ISOs. These are all, well, Sonar, Prowler, Radar say they have native Mac M1 apps on Apple Silicon, but they're all running through Rosetta right now, which is fine. I'm barely pulling, I'm pulling when the thing comes back, when my little meter comes back, it's probably pulling around anywhere from 8 to 11 watts, and that's through AC. Um, and I'll be uh, removing the AC power supply and running direct off of my um, house batteries. I live in a bus. I don't know. Uh, I don't know if you're a rando or if you follow me on Twitter or anything. But yeah, I live in a school bus. I have 850 watts of solar on my roof, and I have 4.5 kilowatt hours of battery lithium. And I'm trying to do a low power uh, server. I was originally using this mini PC, which is a newer Celeron, but I was having problems with unraid. It's the second time I ran unraid, and um, I had some. Oh, I almost had like full data loss this time. Last time I ran unraid, I had full data loss, but that may have been user error. Um, so I'm moving all of this to a Mac Mini M1 Mac Mini with 16 gigs of RAM to see if I can improve my performance. And then I'm not going to do RAID. I think I'm just going to make sure that I have backups and kind of like separate all my data across these 2.5 inch 5 terabyte drives that I have, and make sure I'm sending everything up to the cloud. I can use the Mac Mini as like time machine for my MacBook Pro that I'm using right now, and also I have an iPad and iPhone, so like I'm all Mac anyways. I also have a NVMe drive, so um, I can load up all my footage on the server and then have access to it on my MacBook Pro for editing. And then if I need to, it's the same file system. So I can just pull the NVMe drive and have it if I need to take uh, my footage on the go with me and I'm not near my bus. Um, but yeah, I should be able to like edit off the network and um, whatnot. And it seems to be only pulling like so far with OneDrive on and running a bunch of tabs in Safari, a few apps, and I'm not really in the thick of it yet. So I haven't really installed Docker yet and tried that. I am gonna install Docker at some point and see how that goes, but I don't think I'm gonna do that live. I'd rather sit down and kind of figure that out. But yeah, look, I'm only pulling 9 watts right now. So I'm gonna see how that looks when like I'm like running actually like transcoding videos over Plex to my TV here. Um, Yeah, it's a super impressive low power draw. My other server with all my Docker containers, uh, uh, this is a Celeron N5105. It's a newer, it's a or N5095. I forget. It's a newer Celeron chip, and it's a 15-watt chip, and with the drives on and just idling, it's pulling about 20 watts, like 16 to 20 watts. And then when I'm when I have like all of my Dockers running, it's upwards of 30 watts. And then when I'm probably add another 5 watts for Plex when I'm watching videos or streaming like 4K content from Plex. So intrigued to see how good this does over the long run, because that's that's probably almost what my Raspberry Pi 4 is doing right now. Oh my god, it just went down to 6 watts. It's like idle now, so it's only pulling 6 watts. I haven't touched it in like a few minutes. So like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god. If it can idle like that, if it can like no, I'm not running the Wi-Fi. It's over Ethernet right now. So, yeah, I actually have most of my stuff in here on a Unify switch. So I have a 16 port Unify switch in my comm closet, uh, or comm cupboard, whatever you want to call it. You can there's a ton of pictures of some of my stuff um, on my Twitter if you want to follow me there. Same username as here, Clomats. But yeah, no, I'm 6 watts idling. Like if I just like move some stuff around, see if it'll update a little bit. But yeah, I'm this isn't the most accurate meter that I have, so uh oh hey, Cody. It's Cody. Hi. Hi friend. I was like, who the fuck is this person? I'm like, okay. Uh uh yeah, so I have everything on a Switch right now. Uh I'm I'm absolutely impressed by this. Oh, there goes my light. It might be time to start winding down. Uh, Baron of beef dip. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I think that's. I had a feeling with a name like that, I probably knew who you were on Twitter or something, but I was just not sure. Um, yeah. Uh, I'm super impressed with all of this right now, and in fact, at this point, my Switch is actually pulling more power than well, that's my Switch and my LTE modem because that's over PoE. But yeah, the Switch with everything on it is probably around like 20 watts right now. Um, my Pi 4, which is running Home Assistant, is probably like 7 to 9 watts. I did DC convert the Switch, uh, and I have a ton of footage. The main reason I'm setting this up is so I can have like easy access to all of my footage, so I can just like sit down at my couch bed behind me, and with my MacBook Pro and edit off the network, and then if I need to, I can just take the and then like I can I'd love to have like a script where like I take my SD cards from my cameras and like put them in the Mac. They like create like a dated folder and copy everything over. Maybe do a checksum to make sure everything is copied over, and then just clear the drive. And then or like wait until uh, like a time machine runs, or I can always do the formats myself in camera. But yeah, and then they're there, and then I can just sit down and do my editing. um, very much looking forward to uh, the accessibility of something like that, right? So um, I've been looking at MikroTik switches too, and I might actually um, might actually go for a MikroTik switch because all of my LTE devices that I've been playing with over the past couple of years, I always come back to MikroTik. I have like a long range antenna thing that's all built in with the modem, runs on PoE. I just got another one that has like GPS built in, um, and then I might actually get might actually be ordering a different version of that with which has an AC access point built in, so I don't have to use as much power to run the switch and my Unify access point. It's all in one unit, and then that's PoE powered and goes back into the switch, which goes out to all of my shit, um, which is mostly just like Raspberry Pis and ESP32 microcontrollers. So all my ESP32s are on Ethernet as well. So it's just shuffling money around. Yeah, I yeah yeah. All of my ESP32s are on Ethernet right now. So they're all 10100, but like it works great, and I don't have to worry about like I think I only have three. Oh, totally. They all run ESP Home. It gets built in to ESP Home. The the boards that I have. Actually, let me see if I have a board right handy. Where are my dev boards? Oh, here we go. No, they are not. These aren't PoE. But I've been doing a lot of work with making some custom adapters for these and like custom power systems for these. I always have like so my branches are all I do my house 24-volt 7S lithium ion to different areas of of the of the bus, and then I usually have a conversion down to 12 volts, regulated 12, and also usually 5 volts at the same time, which means I can just power these. I also have a custom board that takes 30 up to 32 volts. My high end is 29.2, but with like voltage drops and everything. But yeah, these are the boys that I get, um, and they work great. I don't have to worry about anything. The only things that I have on Wi-Fi are um, my laptop, my phone, my iPad, the Google Home, uh, which I'm probably going to replace with something that processes voice commands locally at some point. So that's going to go away. And then I have a, Chromecast with Google TV that's on Wi-Fi, but I'll probably end up getting an Ethernet adapter for that at some point. So uh, yeah, these things are sick. I uh, and they don't have a ton of ports on them, so I usually just do I squared C to. I started making these like custom PCF uh, 9. Was it you or somebody else who was talking about the PCF I squared C boards? And I made a custom I squared C uh, with the PCF. I always forget the numbers. 96 whatever fuck. 8794 whatever. Anyways, it sits on top of an 8 port 8574, right? Yeah. I always get it cuz I also use a PCA. I also use these boys, and they're like kind of the same number. Uh these are for PWM. Uh so uh these are for uh I made an adapter for these with little MOSFETs to control my puck lights. So each one of them gets a channel on here and about like 7 watts. I'm making a version that can go up to 25 watts, I think. So 16 channels of PWM, and then I also have the other board, which just sits on a. I don't have an example with me, but it just sits on a one of those 8 channel um, 8 channel relay boards, and you can just it just like sits right on top, and you're ready like insta deploy is like I squared C to the board. That thing just sits on the top, and now you have just like an I squared C relay, 8 channel relay. And I put those in every branch because like I know at some point I'm just gonna need another just like output, or I'm just gonna need to hook something up, and just to have be able to like put power to uh, put power to the thing, and then all of my relays I just design them into the boxes with them to ground. So like I just end channel switch everything, and then it's good to go. Um, but yeah, I'll tag you. I have some posts about that board. Um, I'm working on getting it up on Tindy soon. My brain is fucked right now with the new meds and everything, and uh, just like burnt out, still recovering from burnout. So, um, but yeah, hopefully, um, oddly enough, I just switched to Adderall because apparently Concerta is on back order for another month, and I just switched back to Adderall. I haven't tried Adderall in like a decade, and last time I tried it, I hated it, but I did it. I just started yesterday and went up to 10 today. It's actually pretty nice. I might go up to 15 in a couple days and see how that goes. So hopefully I'll be less sleepy all the time. Um, I don't think I would have done this today, this stream today, if it wasn't for the Adderall. Um, but yeah, I'm You got the expensive stuff? Oh, the Vivans? Yeah, yeah, my shit's not covered. My Vivans isn't covered um under my Medi-Cal plan. So yeah, they just don't cover it here. Um it's like still I think it's still under patent, and then they just jack the price up. So um yeah, I couldn't even afford $50 with insurance right now. I'm barely surviving as is. So I got all of this stuff running. This is running through Rosetta right now, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It doesn't seem to be taking up too many CPU cycles, and I mean I haven't run put all my. I need to actually. You know what? Let's see something here. Let's back up. Let's load a backup. So I just downloaded all my backups. This is Prowler. Can I like, how do I, cool, okay. Store backup, choose file, cancel. Can I drag you? Sick. Yeah, it's insane how much that type of those meds are, but all my shit is covered under Medi-Cal. So I'm not surprised, honestly. Like I don't even know how much my last server. I don't even want to know how much my last server drew. I think I had like 5 or 6 full size drives, like an i5. I still have that motherboard, like an i5 6500K, and like 24 gigs of RAM on that, and yeah, that thing was nuts. Um, oh, look at that. Cool. Restored from backup. Excellent. Um, I gotta do some shuffling around of data and stuff too. Um, I'm super impressed. Oh, 334 watts. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that's like that's just short of what my AC draws. Like my AC is like 420 or like 400, and like I can't I can't run it for more than like an hour in the middle of like summer, and um I need to move it out of the back window and put it up here and kind of vent it underneath. Uh, Ultimately, I'd love to get like a mini split, but that's way too much money for me right now. So, um, 32 point with 40 gig. Wow. I really wish I had 10 gig on this Mac Mini, but I don't. Uh, I honestly should be selling this Mac Mini, but I'm not going to if this works out well. Um, and honestly, like, it seems to be working super well right now. Uh, I'm gonna play around with Docker a bit. In fact, let's see if I can get Docker running. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with some of the MikroTik stuff. Is it just like I'm a little upset at like how few selections they have with PoE. It kind of feels like Unify, like from like 4 or 5 years ago, where they like have uh like they have like passive PoE on a lot of their stuff, but they don't. They're just now starting to do PoE plus on a lot of the stuff. And they literally only have like two switches that have like all gigabit PoE plus port outs, and they're only 8 port switches. I don't think they have any like 16s. I think they have like an outdoor 16 that has PoE plus on all of them. But yeah, they're catching up. Um, they're like $200. They're 8 port. The one that I was looking at, there's one that uses Switch OS, which is their like lightweight OS for switches, that has 8 ports and two 10 gig SFP ports on it. Um, and then there's the other one that runs Router OS, which is their full-fledged software, that is also an 8 port gigabit PoE, but has uh, 4 SFP 1 gig ports on it, which is like, why? I'd rather have the 10 gig ports. Yeah, it's just like I've never heard of Brocade before. In fact, let me look that up. Oh yeah, those things look like they fuck. $14,000. Yeah, this shit looks like it fucks pretty hard. I have like 6 or 7 things that I want to run in Docker right now. Um, and that is, let's see here, I want to try to get Cfile Nextcloud server running. Uh, Although I may or may not do that because I'm doing Resilio, and I think Resilio might just be like exactly what I need for like kind of like basic files like sync. I'm kind of bored with all of the weird like the thing that Dropbox did a few years ago where they're like, here are the files on your desktop, but they're not really there. They're actually in the cloud, but we're just gonna list them on your desktop. And I'm like, I originally thought that was brilliant, but to like save space, but now I'm just like, I don't know, man. Doesn't really make sense to me. So maybe not Cfile or Nextcloud. I want to get Shinobi or Frigate specifically running. Uh, yeah, Nextcloud's great, but like I've had some problems in the past with their desktop app and sync applications, and like just like eating cycles off of my thing. Frigate is exactly what I really want to fucking play around with, which is the Google Coral. I have a Google Coral here, and um, the uh, Frigate will use the Google Coral for person on object detection in your video feeds. So yeah, I have 4 I have a camera front, back, left, and right that I use mainly for, well, it depends. Uh, yeah, Shinobi's another one that I might want to play around with. I also saw there's a native app called SiteHound that is couple $100 for a license, but might be good if I need to run a native app instead of Frigate. But yeah, it uses the Coral for machine learning, and actually, like, you can specify somebody's name, and it'll tell you like if they're in your cameras, and it'll send notifications to Home Assistant and stuff in Frigate. So that's what I really want to do. I want to teach it how to detect cops. Uh, when cops are around my bus. I want to teach it that. I think that'd be like super cool to have. And yeah. Um, uh, Oh, my Shinobi just ate its database. Oh, that sucks so much. Yeah, yeah, like just want to fucking um make sure I know when cops are around because I don't always have my uh windows open. Yeah, friends too. Friends would be great. Um and also like every once in a while I have just like a random person like fuck with my bus or slap my bus or something like that and I'm just like I'd like to kind of just keep track of those like weird instances where people are just being weird and uh just for posterity make sure that I have the footage and see if make sure it's not like a pattern or anything like that um and paperless. I want paperless. I've been playing around with paperless, and then there's a couple other apps that do kind of the same thing, where it's like a PDF, PDF like storage for like documents and stuff. It does OCR on documents, and you just like database all your PDFs and stuff. Just like simple simple application. Got to run in a Docker. It's the only way. Draw.io might want to run locally. I think it's called like Sketch.io or something now. Yeah, back to the dash cam on steroids. I'd love to see if I can teach it uh, how to do automatic high beams at some point. I think that'd be pretty sick because I do plan on wiring in uh, uh, the actual like car stuff into uh, some all my automation stuff. So theoretically, I could have a camera on the road and it would know uh, when and when not to use high beams. I mean, I'd still be able to override it, but like it'd be, I think that'd be pretty cool to figure out. The unified network application is definitely one that I might still need to run in Docker. Um, there was a there was a Java runtime environment that I recently downloaded that I need to find. I'm just like my brain's not working enough for it right now. Definitely want to reinstall Dashy. Dashy was a pretty fun one to have like running. Although I might just run Dashy on my on in a home in the Home Assistant Pi because that thing's so lightweight that like I might as well just run it there, um, and uh, not even worry about it. Um, and bizarre and then just whatever like honestly like just having Docker available uh i I think I might just start out by trying to install Portainer um so I have uh remote access to my Docker installation. So in fact let's see, I did install Docker already, so let's see applications. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure was. Oh yeah, it literally took almost a year for me to get one. I ordered one from Seed Studio on at retail price at MSRP and in like gosh November of last year, and it showed up in like July or June, maybe I think maybe even August. Uh, and oh wow, she's going high. She's going high. She's jumping up. 16 watts. 20 watts. Oh, she's not happy. I don't want it. 23 watts. And only after I installed Docker. What the fuck are you doing, Docker? CPU percent. Install D. Why? You look like you're falling down, so 49. I don't need to upgrade a fucking plan, bud. I should have just installed regular Docker. I do have a Docker. Okay, down to 16. I want to see why install D is. Okay, back to 9 watt. Okay, install D is gone. That's good. Not sure what that was for. Oh, I know what was happening. I was downloading Xcode. That's what was happening. It was installing Xcode. I wonder if Xcode came with. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, another thing I want to run is glances. I think there's a native terminal install that I can run um, that will let's do Docker hub. Why is my container C? Let's give this a try. Yeah, Frigate's cool. It takes a little bit to get set up because it's all config. Um, Initial setup is like all config files, so takes a little bit to get started, but um, you should be able to uh, if you have decent hardware, you should be able to run it. But um, it it really relies heavily on the Coral. Um, Probably. Um, I mean, you could. It does have an NVIDIA. Jetson's NVIDIA, right? Jetson Nano's NVIDIA. It does have an NVIDIA variant, but I don't know if it runs on the Jetson Nano. So I would I would try um, if you have like a server that has like decent CPU, it might work, but probably just for like one or two cameras. I have like 4 or 5 cameras that I want to run it on. So um, there's a uh, there's a um, there's a Linus Tech Tips video. If you want to check that out, they did a thing like a year or two ago on Frigate. Um, if you can find it, yeah. I mean, if you run it on a Threadripper, you probably get good results until you get the Coral. I mean, I would totally, yeah, you'd probably get okay results on a Threadripper for sure. But I don't know. It might just not be that type of um oh, I bet. I wouldn't run anything on anything small like that. Um oh wow. For Shinobi or for Frigate? Oh yeah, Shinobi. But Shinobi doesn't have how much like detection does Shinobi have compared to Frigate? Like Frigate is outrageous when it comes to like ML, like detection of like specific thing. Yeah. Does it even have any? Does Shinobi, or is it just an MVR? Oh yeah. I think I got Shinobi running on this other server. Yeah, I'm not even seeing anything like that. It does say it has like a WebSocket for like WebSocket support for like for events and stuff, which I would assume that it would have like object detection, but I'm not seeing that being pointed out right away. So um I think I'm gonna head out. It is 6:12 and I have been streaming for 2.5 hours now. And I'm at the point where uh, I can't brain linearly anymore. So I need to pop some television on and kind of like get the rest of this stuff taken care of. Yeah, uh, I wanna like read some of this documentation and find that JRE and yeah, um, there was like a JRE specifically for Apple Silicon. So I'm gonna see if I can find that and uh get this Unify application running. So, um, I mean, ultimately, I could write a bunch of shit like this on my Pi, but my Pi is only 2 gigs, so I'm gonna have to wait until they come back in stock, uh, and like so I can pay MSRP for an 8 gig. I'm not paying scalper prices for an 8 gig. Fuck that shit. They're like $200 right now. If Docker's not gonna work on here, this can just be like my media server and my edit server. So, but I do want to see if I can get a little bit further and run some Docker apps, and I need to read some docs, and not the greatest thing to do on stream. Thanks for coming in, Cody. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there. I'll see you on Twitter, bud.